and good morning, sunshines. Give me a second, just to make sure everything is everythinging with the it works. Thank you. All right. Good morning. Happy April the 13th. It is Saturday, April the 13th in the year of 2024. My YouTube name is Organized Chaos, and I am a future doctoral candidate. I have one more week of school for this. Well, technically, school, my last day of school is supposed to be the 27th, but I only have to meet in class this coming week. But I do still have a lot of work I got to do. I have two summaries that I need to do. Y'all got to give me a second too, because girl, I ain't been on StreamYard and YouTube live in just a little hot second. When first of all, I couldn't even log in the StreamYard when I first tried to log in today to do this little quick update, because child, I forgot the login. I got a lot of YouTube accounts that I use, and yeah, my Organized Chaos one, I don't really use it no more. So yeah, I had to figure out how to log into StreamYard in the first place. And then I had to remember how to use all of the stuff in there, like the brands and my little intro video. I was like, oh, I forgot. I forgot about the music that I have down there, child. Everything needs to be updated, and it's not going to happen. So yeah, that part. Good morning, Drea. How are you, sunshine? Good morning, and good morning. Okay, y'all. So let's sing. This is going to be really quick, I think. And I just want to give you guys just like a quick little update of what has been happening in my very blessed life. All of our lives are blessings. We are, I think the way we see life is very different. We're all very different beings as we matriculate on this planet Earth part of this journey. But yeah, these last few couple, girl, I moved in December. Now it is April. I have a new job. It's just so much, y'all. It's just so much, and it's so unbelievable what has happened, and I don't even know where to start. And I have to be really careful. So one of the reasons, the reason I'm not really on YouTube a lot is because of school. My doctoral work is kicking my ass. Stats, baby. I've taken stats before. I don't know why my brain don't remember none of the stuff I did before, because maybe it was such a long time ago. It was about a decade ago that I took stats. Girl, this stats, child, I already had an attitude because I ordered this big old thick book. I can't show it to y'all today because I returned it. I bought it. I only you can rent textbooks, and I just refuse to pay $100 for a stats book for, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I'm not gonna ever need that book again. So I rented it and I just sent it back yesterday. So I don't have it to show y'all, but it was very thick and intimidating. The girl. So yeah, I didn't even need the book. My teacher, girl, I told her, I was like, girl, you made me buy this book and we didn't even use it. She was like, I'm sorry. But she's cool. She's a cool teacher. So she gave us some extra credit, girl, because I think she knows the whole class is having a little issue. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start with the move. I think that's where I'll start. No, I'll actually start with I'll go back to my last 2 years. So if you don't know, I'm an educator. And part of this Organized Chaos space is for me to, number one, leave something for my children, my grandchildren, my great-grands, my great-greats, all of the future, right? I did a DNA search during COVID, and leaving your footprint is, for me, it was important. I really wanted to learn as much about my ancestors as I could, and it got very challenging for some of the ancestors because there really was no footprint that was left for them. So for me, I really wanted to create a space and leave a footprint. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do with the space. So I kind of was all over the place. I took my personal channel and I made it into Organized Chaos. And one of the reasons that I took my personal channel and changed it to Organized Chaos is because when I first started, like really doing the type of content that I have on Organized Chaos now, I was still in the classroom teaching, and one of my students found my page, and the parent found it, and the parent was outraged. The parent went to the Board of Education on me and tried to get me fired, but there's nothing on my page that would require me to be investigated, to be fired, or anything. So they really couldn't do anything, but it really did damper like the potential that I had in that district, right? So that is one of the things that's really important to me, is that I really have to protect myself, my energy, and my space. And I do not want to do anything on YouTube that will cause me to lose my employment, right? Like, I really love the work that I do. I work with children, I work with adults now, adult learners, teachers, a lot of people. So yeah, and human beings in general are very judgy, and so even if you're not doing anything inappropriate, just your presence outside of your job publicly causes people to take pause when they look at you and consider you for different positions, different levels of position, and all that jazz, right? And so that kind of gave me a little trauma about my YouTube space. And then I was still trying to figure out, like, what is my YouTube channel going to be? And right now it's still an organized mess. It doesn't, I don't really have like this is what we do, right? And I can't curate it at this moment because life is lifing. And I probably won't be able to anytime soon. So that was during COVID. And so I really enjoyed being able to be on YouTube, getting to know people through the YouTube space. But some of the spaces that I was navigating through at the time were really toxic spaces. And so I had to figure that out too. Like, I didn't want my news feed to be filled with toxic drama, people beefed out and calling their, and like, I've never, like, why would you call somebody's employer on YouTube? Like, it was really weird to me, and like, that is very traumatic. So I kind of shifted. And some of the stuff that's on my YouTube channel is when it was my personal channel, so it's like some life stuff, but I want to keep it there for my kids, right, for the future, because they were little. So that's how I got here. So now let's fast forward to the last 2 years. The last 2 years, I moved into administration within my field of work. And so I switched districts. I moved into administration, and I learned a lot where I was at, but I didn't love what I was doing. I kind of didn't fit in that district. I didn't fit. The first school that I was an administrator at 2 schools in that district. The first school that I was at, I really loved the kids. But there were some racial issues, the school kind of operated like, don't say nothing because it don't exist. And then if you say something about what you saw or experienced, then I was wrong, right? So as much as I really enjoyed that space, it just was kind of toxic. Like, I created a lot of trauma bonding relationships, because when I got there were other educators at that school who had been silent about some of their experiences and just kind of dealt with it. And I didn't think you should be silent. I felt like you should be able to have this open conversation, because one of the biggest things for me about being an educator is relationships. Everything is built on relationships. Teachers have to have really great relationships with the kids that are in their classrooms. Administrators, love them, hate them, whatever that is, they have to have solid relationships with the community, with the parents, and with the kids. That doesn't mean everybody's going to like every decision that you make, but the relationship part has to be strong. And you have to be able to have honest conversations. You have to be able to have difficult conversations. And that was one of the things that was not allowed in that space. So I requested to go to a secondary school, yet I was placed at an elementary school, and I was miserable. I've been miserable since September. I dealt with it. I did what I needed to do. And then when I moved, I didn't know where I was going to move to. I had been looking throughout Michigan. I was not committed to finding a space at my last employer's surroundings in that area. I was open to move to wherever I wanted to go that had the requirements of what I was looking for a house. And one of the biggest requirements was water. I needed water because this is going to be my space until, right? My goal right now is this is my house until. That means when I'm up out of here, right? So I wanted a space that I really loved, that had the water, didn't have a lot of grass, because sis is not about to be out there cutting grass and manicuring the lawn, girl. Nope. Because sis is single, right? So, I mean, could I pay for a landscaper? I could, but girl, I got a mortgage to pay now. I wasn't paying a mortgage before. So I wanted to be really careful with that. And plus, I just don't like yard work. It's just not my thing. It's my mom's thing. So I have no grass back here. It's a river in my back. That is I think I'm pointing to it. Yes, that's my patio door for downstairs. There's a balcony on my upstairs, and then there's a river. So I don't have any grass. I just have the patio back here. And then my front yard has just like a little square of grass and trees. And that doesn't bother me. I bought a little electric lawnmower for the summer. I got a rake. I can do the leaves. And one day I probably will put some little flowers out there. That's cool. That doesn't scare me, intimidate me. I can do that when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So I got the forever home, and I wanted to find the forever job. I knew where I was at was not going to be it, but I knew Spirit told me that there was something that I still needed to learn though, right? So my last 2 years were valley years for me. They were very challenging, very difficult. I learned a lot. I learned what I needed to learn to do the work that I'm doing today. So, y'all, let me tell you how good God is. The universe, Yahweh, Yeshua, whatever you call it, right? December, I moved. I got a job offer in February. It is 10 minutes from my house. It's messing up. I think I'm back. I was frozen. I was frozen. I was frozen. I've been drinking. I've been drinking. Give me a second. StreamYard froze me. I think we're back. Okay. And we're back. I have no idea where we left off. So I was commuting an hour each way. I looked at the data yesterday. Yeah, it was taking about 5 fill-ups a week for me to commute. And you could say, well, girl, why would you move so far away from your job? Because I have faith. I have a lot of faith. I have faith that I cannot describe. I have the faith of a little bitty mustard seed. I had so much faith. I had so much energy in my ear, in my mind, more so, telling me, do it. It's going to be fine. I haven't had this type of, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. That's not true. I think I live with faith, but like having to like just tie a knot and hold on faith, I had it when my son was diagnosed with esophageal atresia. And I knew he was going to be okay. I knew it wasn't going to be as bad as the doctors were telling me. I knew I didn't need to have a word. I knew I didn't. And I had to block out my ex-husband because he was like, girl, I don't have, my ex-husband had quite a few children. I don't have sick kids. So this got to be your fault. Girl, that was a whole nother valley. That marriage was a whole valley. So my employment experience over the last 2 years was one of those valley experiences that I can I saw it. I see it now that I'm out of that valley. And I knew then I was in a valley. I knew clearly, like, girl, this ain't it. This ain't your love language. This ain't where you belong. But God put you here because there's really something that you need to learn. So I sucked it up. I went to work. I did what I was asked to do. I used to try to contribute on a higher level. My voice was not needed. My voice was not wanted. None of that. So that's how I knew that wasn't my space. But God still said, better learn what you need to learn because I got something else waiting for you as soon as the time is right. So I moved in December. I commuted, and then I got the offer late February. I accepted it, and I transitioned the end of March. In April, I am in my new district. I have 2 spaces that I work in this new district. I can work downtown in central office, which is about 10 minutes away. But from now until the end of the school year, which is very early June here, I will be at a school, which is not an elementary, with the 5th through 8th graders. And that is my magical space. Like, if I've never been clear about anything, I'm really good with high school, but I haven't been in high school in a long time because I taught high school for a long time, and then they put me in the middle school. And of course, I was like, girl, I don't do middle school. Loved it. I really blossomed in middle school. I got a lot of awards when I was a middle school teacher. I got a lot of acknowledgments as a middle school teacher. I did a lot of extra jobs as a middle school teacher. So I know I'm clear. Middle school is my lane. Every educator chooses. You can either choose elementary or you can choose secondary. I chose secondary for a reason. I know who I am. I know how I get down. Even as a dance teacher, I could teach the little kids, but the middles and the bigs, those are my people. So I am with kids that value me, they respect me, and I've only been there for a very short time, and it is amazing that they just kind of took to me so quickly. And I'm working with the administrators in the building. I'm kind of helping them along to do some things before the end of the year. So I do a lot of observations. I do a lot of it's not counseling, we call it coaching. Same difference, right? Well, no, because in counseling, I think that you don't get answers. You just get a bunch of questions. In coaching, you get the questions and you get some support, some answers, some collaboration, some co-planning, some co-teaching, and all of the things. You get resources and all of that. So coaching is different, sis. I'm in my head talking to myself, y'all. So I get to coach adult learners. I get to work with the kids. I just get to do a lot of stuff right now. And I love it. Yes, I'm back in love with the work that I do. And for me, that's really important, right? To be my best self, to bring the best part of me out, I have to really love it. So I love my house. I love my work now. And so I'm in a really good space. Do I love school? Doctoral school? I love what it's going to produce, hopefully by the year 2026. But the actual work, like this weekend, girl, I got so much work to do. I got 2 summaries to do. I got 2 papers for my district instructional leadership class. I got a stats homework I still got to do. On Tuesday, I'm going to have a stats class to sit in where I just be so confusion. But that's the last class. Amen and hallelujah. So it's going to be a really long week this week. I got a lot going on, but I'm excited. And then summer school starts. Yes, I'm in summer school as well. So I will school until 2026, when hopefully I will be graduating as the future Dr. Key. All right. So that brings us to today. I think so. My house is here. My work is here. And my kids are good. Okay, so kids, if you don't know, I have 2 children. My daughter just turned 21, y'all. Ooh, sis is a whole grown woman. My son is 19. My son is a car salesman. My daughter she's somewhere between her junior, not senior. She's about a junior at school. She probably will graduate when I graduate. That would be so cute to me if me and my baby girl graduate at the same time. That's gonna be so fun. So yeah, my kids are good. I'm waiting to see if mommy is gonna come move with me. I have a room for her. And I won't put anything in it. The door is closed. And it's just waiting for her. So we'll see what happens. The issue with that is my brother. I'm not going to talk a lot about that. We've had some challenges over the last 2 years. For me, for him, we've had challenges for 51, almost 52 years that I just didn't know about. But I've been awakened to that. And so because she still lives an hour from here and he still lives close to her, that would be a family decision that he will probably protest. He will probably want her to move with him. I don't see that happening. He has a wife and a son that lives there. That's not going to be peaceful for her. She can move here. She has peace. I'm very close. I work really close so I could get to her. And the house is a good space for young people, older people. Like she can maneuver through here. And mommy 100% approved of this house. I would not have moved here if my mom didn't, if it wasn't mom approved. So my mama looked at the house with me when I first looked at it. When I came for the walkthrough, she was with me. She has been with me every step of the way. And I wouldn't have this house if it wasn't for my mom, literally. So we're waiting to see if mommy's gonna come here. We're not in a rush. Mommy's been living in her house for a really, 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 really long time. And so that type of separation anxiety, I don't know what that feels like for her. So I will go visit mommy tomorrow. So on this day, this is my quick little update that I'm gonna give. And I got homework to do. So I am about to work out. I'm gonna go get my nails done a little bit later. I'm going to do my homework and I'm kind of on punishment. The only thing I get to do for me is go get my nails done today. That's it. And that's all. I want to give a shout out to Beautiful Shalom. I haven't been over there to see you, sis. I got to see your video from yesterday. You told me you gave me a shout out. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. And with that said, I'm going to sign off. I love you guys. And hopefully, God willingly, we'll see when I can come back and maybe think about how to navigate my content, what I'm going to do with it. It's just not very important to me right now. I'm not going to lie. My life is lifing. Life is lifing. Life is good. And yeah, it's been a blessing. This whole experience has been a blessing. And I work with a really wonderful woman right now, y'all. I love her. Listen, she gave me hope. She's been experiencing some of the things that I've experienced on this administration journey. And for us to find each other right now, it just kind of like it gave us both wings. She was exhausted. She was frustrated, just like I've been over the last 2 years. And that's literally what my dissertation is about. My dissertation is about the experiences of Black women as they enter K-12 education and matriculate through. Some of us choose to go into administration. Some of us be like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Some of us have doctorate degrees and we refuse to go into. I've run into so many different energies of Black women in this K-12 space. And so that's literally what I'm focused on for my dissertation. The experiences of Black women as they go through and matriculate through the K-12 educational system, because it's a system, and how we manage it, how we deal with microaggressions, how we deal with, we know we were smarter than the person that you hired when we both interviewed for that job, but okay, right? Okay. So yeah, I'm excited about doing that work over the next year and a half or so. And so yeah, that's it. And that's all. I love y'all. I will see y'all later. Peace out. Thank you, Drea. You have a fabulous Saturday too. Mwah. Bye, y'all.